Hello everyone and welcome to this Fabled Lands playthrough. My new Carrick Velast jacket arrived. I thought it only appropriate for the bard of the Fabled Lands to have, well, something a little bit more bardic, to be perfectly honest with you. Anyway, we've got our new interface, courtesy of Michael Helvenstein, who put the whole thing together for us, and it's absolutely marvellous. It's absolutely wonderful. Now, if you didn't join us for the live stream last weekend, this is all new to you. So this allows us really to control absolutely any aspect that we could want to. All the maps have been loaded up beautifully as supplied to us by Jamie Thompson, the man himself who helped write these books. We've got interactive stuff. The money is all auto-calculated so that none of my blundering will happen. All of the equipments are taken care of in terms of a maximum number. I've dropped the fairy mead. Our defense is automatically calculated based on all of our stats and things. So everything is now absolutely above board, and the only reason why it won't actually be correct is because I make some kind of entry mistake. So hopefully moving forward we won't have that. I've got all of our tick boxes here. As you can see, we've got quite a lot of them coming up, and of course the most important thing is now we've got dice that we can roll across the screen, and when I get out of the way you can see the actual values themselves. So I think that's particularly exciting for us to be able to use. Sorry, I have so much fun rolling these dice. Anyway, so now we will see our numbers, and he's even built it in so that we roll a single die when we need to. Oh, there's a 6. I'll take that any day. So we've got all of these wonderful tools, wonderful things. Thank you, Michael, for doing that. So without any further chatting from me, let's get on with it. Last we were in the forest of the Forsaken. The forest of the Forsaken, looking for the were-boar, which we are hoping to defeat. We had come across... I will set the scene. The path wends its way between steep earthen banks from which the roots of trees protrude like ossified snakes. It brings you to a squat crypt built of green-veined grey marble. Above the entrance rises a small pyramid with a stone eye carved into the summit. In the centre of the eye sparkles an emerald as large as a duck's egg. Now, our options were to climb up and get the emerald, to enter the crypt, or to retrace our steps and take another path. Well, we're looking for the were-boar, but it was your decision. We're going to enter the crypt. 160. If the above box is empty, put a tick in it now and turn to 183. Okay, so tick in the box. This is Book 2, Cities of Gold and Glory, and it's 160. Enter. Okay. Turn to 183. The interior of the tomb is lighted by a greyish glow. A corpse in ancient knightly regalia lies on a stone slab. Awakened by your approach, it sits up. Cobwebs veil its eye sockets, and its skin looks like the bark of a dead tree. It extends an accusing finger. For disturbing my slumber, I should strike you dead where you stand. It intones in a gravid voice. But there is a way for you to earn a reprieve. Turn and run, or wait to hear what it suggests. Well, let's hear what it suggests. When I was alive, I kept my treasure safe in a tower built of adamantian stone, the corpse tells you. The tower had an impregnable door that could only be unlocked by a key made of star metal. But my death sleep has been troubled by disquieting dreams. What if a living man should find the key and plunder my hoard. And what is it that you want of me? You find yourself asking, your voice sounding hollow in the stillness of the crypt. The corpse points past you, out to the south. Go and find the key of stars. Bring it back to me, then I shall permit you to take a reward. As you leave, you hear its parting words. But take care not to return empty-handed, for then my vengeance would be swift and terrible. Okay. Find the key of stars. Find the key of stars. Return to Forsaken Temple. Turn to 22. Still no were-is-it-boar. You make your way along the woodland trail. At the point where 3 paths converge, an iron gibbet hangs between 2 oaks. Go south towards the edge of the woods. Go west, go east, or leave the path. I think it's time that we struck out and left the path. Even though our scouting is abysmal, we need to find this boar. 380. You strike out from the path, forcing your way through entangled undergrowth. Ferns sway off to one side, revealing a set of sparkling eyes in the gloom. Strange mutterings come from up in the branches. The eerie reputation of this forest is well deserved. Roll 2 dice. 4. Elfin Pranks. 2, 4, 8. Mischievous elfin fingers delve into your haversack when you aren't looking. You must lose 1d6 possessions. Roll a dice to see how many. The items stolen are the ones listed first on your adventure sheet. If you have the code word Bosky, turn to 300. If not, turn to 93. I don't think we have the code word Bosky. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. 2 items. Great stuff. So, there goes the fairy mead and the lantern. Turn to 93. You are beginning to think you may be lost. Make a scouting roll at a difficulty of 10. 7, 8, 9. Failed. 1, 3, 9. You stagger on, dashing the branches aside in your desperate search for a way out of this accursed wood. Roll 2 dice. 5. Ensnared in a web. 208. You are caught in a web whose strands are as thick as a trawler's net. Feeling the warning of your 6th sense, you look up into the branches in time to see a globular shape with many long hairy legs dropping silently out of the darkness. It is a giant spider. Combat 4, defense 7, stamina 5. Because you are tangled in the web, you cannot run away from this fight. All right, well, our combat is 8, so let's roll some dice. 5 plus 8 is 13. Its combat is only 7, so that's 6 damage. We dispatch the spider. 277. Its bite was venomous. If you were injured during the fight, lose an additional 1d6 stamina points now. Well, we didn't, so we're okay. Assuming you survive, you search the spider's den and find several corpses trussed up in spider silk. Among the litter of moulded bones, you find 50 shards. 50 shards. Look at this. If you haven't seen this in action, 50 shards, automatically added. Treasure that the spider's previous victims had no further use for. Noted on your adventure sheet, and then turn to 93. Once again, you are beginning to think you may be lost. Make a scouting roll. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. 7 plus 2 is 9. Failed again. We might get stuck in the loop here. Roll 2d6 as you stagger on, pushing those bushes aside. 5. Well, because we were snared, I'm going to move us up one category. Ominous silence, 93. That takes us back to the scouting roll. I'm going to keep my fingers in place. 8, 9, 10. Still a failed scouting roll. Roll 2d6. 3. We've done the ensnared web, we've done the ominous silence, we've done the elfin japes, and so that leaves us with a jeweled serpent. 2, 5, 4. Not a wereball. If the box above is not ticked, tick it now. Oh. Tick it now. Bum, bum, bum. To City of Gold. 254. And turn to 580. A huge golden-skinned snake dangles from the bough in front of you. A green gem is set into the middle of its head. As this burns against the twilight, you hear a voice in your mind, all cold hisses and dripping with predatory nuance. Hear me, mortal. You seek adventure. Has it hold no terror for you? Then submit to my wager. I am Carrick Velast. I'll accept your wager. 652. The gem in the snake's head flares briefly, dazzling you. As your vision clears, you see 6 wooden doorways set into the bank of earth beside you. Somehow you failed to notice them before. One of these doors leads to vast treasure, the snake's telepathic voice informs you. The others all conceal a ghastly doom. Choose one. The doors look the same. There is nothing to say which has the treasure behind it. Make a magic roll at difficulty 14. There we go. Look at that. Magic of 17. We are sorcerers, great and powerful. 676. The snake does not notice you cast a swift dowsing spell. Now you know which door leads to the treasure. You point to it confidently. Again the gem flickers with light. Slowly 4 of the doors creak open, revealing a poison-tipped dart that would have slain you if you had chosen that door. Now only 2 doors remain unopened, says the snake. Do you wish to cleave to your original choice? I'll give you a last chance to change your mind. Stick with your first choice, or choose the other closed door instead. Well, magic revealed that the first door was the correct door. But maybe the snakes changed it, because they've changed the game now. But maybe they haven't changed the game. But maybe they have changed the game. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I think our best bet is just to stick with our original 748. You ease the door open with bated breath, fearing at any moment that something horrible will leap out to confront you. But the snake was as good as its word, or as good as it thought, rather. Beyond the door lies a heap of treasure amounting to 400 shards. Well, I don't know about you, but if we ever get out of this wood, we're going to go and spend some of that money in Yellowport, I think. There you are, says the snake telepathically. You sense an undercurrent of satisfaction in its mind. Has it tricked you somehow? Is there an even greater treasure beyond the other door? Open the other closed door as well, or leave now. We're leaving. I'm not that curious. A golden snake with a thing in its forehead? Nope. Once again, we make our scouting roll and get a 789. Oh boy. No, we failed, so 139. 139. Okay, well, we have been on this journey before. So, let's see. That's a 6 and a 1. That's a 7. Ominous silence, back to 93, which gives us another scouting roll. Oh, 789, so we fail once again. 6. So that's ominous silence again. Another scouting roll. 8, 9, 10. We have to get an 11, so we need to roll a 9. Back down here. 3 is a giant spider. 208. I'm going to do the 208 because we could very well die. Okay, 208, its combat is 4, defense of 7, stamina at 5. This giant spider comes down to attack us. Another spider, would you believe it? And so there's our attack. 5 plus 8. Well, its defense is only 7, so that's 6 damage to it. It dies. Defeated the spider. 277. This could be a money loop, actually. All right. Oh, well, a money loop. Yes. We're going to make a fortune here. 50 shards each time we kill a spider. I don't count that as much of a money loop because now we go back to 93 and we make another scouting check. Double 1. We fail again. Checking for spiders. And what do we get now? I've completely lost it. 139. So lost in this wood. We just want a boar. Where's a boar? 10 is the jeweled serpent. 254, which we've already encountered. So let's see if there's a change. 254. If there is a tick in the box already, turn to 604. come on. You are locked in battle with a golden serpent that hangs from the branches overhead. Its coils are wound around you, leaving you with no chance to flee. Oh, so it got angry, did it? Combat of 7, defense of 8, and stamina of 9. All right, first blow goes to me, and wabang! 6. So it takes 6, so it's on 3. Just keep track of that. It strikes back. For 6 plus it's 7, so that's 13. My defense is 12, so I take 1 wound. Back to my attack. 6. It dies. Ha ha! Death to you, serpent of evil! 6, 2, 4. 6, 2, 8. 6, 2, 8. 6, 2, 8. A green gem is set into the serpent's head. It takes all your strength to prise it free out of the bone in which it is set, but at last you manage it. You can sell the green gem for 100 shards at any market. Note that on your adventure sheet so you remember, or you can keep it. Green gem. I like the green gem. I do indeed. I think we'll keep it. I don't think we're going to get rid of it. 116. You manage to get your bearings. A stream runs to the southeast, and by following it you can reach the forest's edge. Cross the stream, follow the stream, or return to the path. Well, we're going to cross the stream because we're still looking for this boar. 185. I know where we are now. On the other side of this stream. Yes. A sprawling single-story cottage squats incongruously amid the thick black tree trunks. In front is a well from which a man in a homespun tunic is raising water. Hearing you approach, he turns and greets you cautiously. "I'm Knocklar, the hermit," he says. "I don't get all that many visitors here in the Forest of the Forsaken. Are you lost? If you have a severed head, turn there. If not, turn to 381. 381 it is. Knocklar has plenty of chores to get done. I must chop some firewood, feed my chickens, and go and check the traps out in the wood," he says. "So you'll pardon me if I don't stand around nattering with you all day." Ask him for a blessing, request his advice, or bid him farewell. Well, I'm going to request his advice. 431. Where do we get a werebear? Were-boar. Knocklar scratches his chin. "Oh, I get to hear all sorts of bits and pieces," he says. "One tends to, if one keeps one's ears open. The only trouble is sorting the wheat from the chaff, so to speak." Well, we could ask about the Tower of Despair. Well, we've been there. Could ask about the Watcher. Ask about the four-leaf clover. Or ask about the dwarf at the pavilion. Well, I don't know what the four-leaf clover is, so let's ask about that. 506. "You can get it off the trough," says Knocklar. "They love to collect the stuff for some reason." All very well, but where can you find the trough? You ask him. "Try Haggard's Corner. They sometimes show up there." Turn to 456. Knocklar takes you back to the trail, since he's going in that direction himself. "My advice to you is never to stray off a path if you want to avoid trouble," he says. On the way, he pauses at one of his traps, where he is delighted to discover a rabbit. "That'll make a nice stew for me and Edmund tonight," he says. In a moment of whimsy, he slices off one of its paws and threads it on a leather thong. Here, this might bring you luck. He hands you a rabbit's foot charm and then bids you farewell. We've already got one of those. But I suppose we could sell it. Can you have too many rabbit's foot charms? I don't know. Turn to 22. You make your way along the woodland trail. At the point where three paths converge, an iron gibbet. That bloody gibbet! We're back here again. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Leave the path 380. This is it. This is it. This is it. Attacked by a were-boar. Well, it was going to happen. One day. Hopefully we survive. A were-boar in ornate armour comes thundering out of the undergrowth with a raised spear. That's the sound that a were-boar obviously makes. Combat 6, Defence 11, Stamina 8. There is no chance of retreat or surrender in this battle. All right, well, raising our enchanted sword, we... 6 plus 8 is... well, his combat is only 6. His defense is 11, however. So his defense of 11 versus our combat of 14 means he takes 3 damage. He's on 5 life. He responds... Ooh, 9 plus 6 is 15. That is definitely higher than our little defense there of 12. So we take 3 damage as this horrendous creature rips into us with this spear of its. Oh, we will never surrender! 7 plus 8 is 15 versus its defensive score of 11 means it takes 4 damage. It's on 1 health. It attacks back. 7 plus combat skill of 6 means we take 1 point of damage. Oh, we bleed. But you, pig, you shall now die. 9 plus our combat of 8 is 15. We sever the head off of the were-boar. 3, 2, 3. The creature's army is too heavy. The creature's armor is too heavy to suit you, but you can take a hunting spear, a boar's tusk, and 30 shards that it had in its purse. Record your acquisitions, and then turn to 93. Okay, boar's tusk. We are coming, Druidess. Now, we are overburdened. As you can see, it's in red. So now we drop the rabbit's foot charm. You can only have so many. I'm just going to put here worth 100. All right. So, and then it said 30 shards. Fantastic. And then turn to 93. We've got our were-boar. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Halfway in, we've got our were-boar. 93. Now we've got a long and perilous journey back because we've now got this check. We get 93 is our scouting roll. We failed our scouting, of course. So now we go to 139. Seven, ominous silence, back to 93. Get lost again. 10 is the jeweled serpent, 254. 6254. There is a tick already, so we go to 604. This forest. Fight the jeweled serpent. Oh, 18 versus its defensive 7 means we do 11 damage. We cut the snake. Oh, go away. We've fought your rest of your clutch already. What do you call a gaggle of snakes? Horrendous. That's what you call it. Absolutely shocking. 628. Yep, another green gem. Sorry, no room for it. Yeah, we'll have to go to 116 instead. This forest, I have had enough of this. You have managed to get your bearings, and a stream runs to the southeast, and by following it, you can reach the forest's edge. Well, we're going to follow the stream. 162. 162. You emerge from the wood, not... No. I'm getting ahead of myself here, sorry. All right. Okay, now we've sorted ourselves out. You emerge from the wood. Not far off to your right, you see smoke rising from the chimneys of a few crude cottages. A man wrapped in sackcloth stumbles about gathering wood. We're not going to approach him. We are continuing our way. 23. You are not sorry to leave the Forest of the Forsaken behind you. It is the most dangerous region of Golnir. I'm not surprised. All right, we are going to the Forest of Lacuna. That is on that Isle of Druids in Book 1. So our best bet is to get there as fast as we can, and I think that's taking a ship from Wishport. So we're going to head straight south. 122. If you are an initiate of Lacuna, then you have no option to visit... if you are an initiate of Lacuna, then you have the option to visit the nearby abbey of your goddess. Non-initiates cannot usually find the path to the abbey, as it is hidden and protected by powerful spells, though you can attempt to uncover it by making a magic roll at difficulty 15. Didn't we get healing there? I think we did. So that's 7 plus magic of 7 is 14. Still couldn't do it. Not searching for the abbey. 359. It was here somewhere. We've been here before, but I don't really care. 359. The broad, gently rolling pasture lands between the Grim and the Rainbow Rivers lies before you. Wool is sent south from here to make the rich gowns of the merchant princes of Ringhorn and Matricians. Roll 2 dice. 7. An uneventful journey. 312. An old hog warden tells you that the Abbey of Lacuna lies to the north. It's the end of a winding road that only the faithful can ever find, he claims. Go south. 168. 168. You come to Conflass, a thriving market town at the point where the 2 rivers meet. We could visit the town. I think we're going to do that just to get our stamina back, because it's a little bit dangerous to wander around without that much stamina, I think. 191. Conflass is a delightful town of white-fronted houses with brightly painted timber frames. The burghers of the town are open and friendly. As one explains to you, as he has done every time you visited this village before, we tell the baronies that we pay tax to the... Oh, you know that already? Did I tell you that before? Well, anyway, we don't pay tax to anyone, and everyone leaves us alone, and we like that just fine. Well, if you've been here before, then you know where to go. To visit the market, to find an inn, or to visit the Merchant's Guild. Well, let's go to the market first. 145. Nothing wrong. 145. Nothing wrong with offloading some of the stuff that we have picked up. So we've got a sword here. I know. Well, we've got the Regal Helm of Defense +3, so that we can sell for 180 shards. Or do you think we should keep it and store it in a house? I don't think that's a bad idea. We don't really need money at this point in time. We've definitely got a lot of it. So I think we should probably keep it. I do think the one thing that we can't buy here is something that we need, which is a compass. Now, we also lost our lantern, but until we get rid of some other stuff, we don't really have room for our lantern. So, well, there it is. 191. Let's go to the inn, 713. You can get lodging here for a shard a day, and for each day you spend here, you can recover 1 stamina if injured. Well, we're definitely going to do that. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days minus 5. And we are good to go. Okay, fantastic. 191. We can leave now. There's nothing else to do here. As far as I'm concerned, visit the Merchants Guild. 131. We've got some coin now. Maybe we should invest. The Merchants Guild in Conflass has close links with similar trade organizations across the border in Saqqara. The guild master teaches you an old adage that he always applies when doing business. For metals and minerals, look to the east, but the grain you buy at home costs the least. Get the code word brush and then decide what to do. Make an investment, check on investments, draw or deposit money, or return to the town centre. Well, let's make an investment, shall we? 154. Lose the code word Eldritch if you have it. Nope. You can invest money in multiples of 100 shards. The guild will buy and sell commodities on your behalf using this money until you return to collect it. Be advised, the investments can go down in value as well as up, a guild trader reminds you. Write the sum you're investing in the box here, or withdraw a sum invested previously. Then turn to 191. I think we're going to invest. Oh, not the at sign, not that sign. That sign. Invest. Let's invest 500. You never know. So here we go. Minus 500. Enter. Boom. Just like that. 191. Right. Well, we can certainly leave Conflass now. I don't think there's any reason to stay here. So 283. Your options include hiring passage on a barge going south at a cost of 3 shards, which would take us to Moloch City. We could follow the riverbank south, take the road west, follow the River Grim north, or follow the Rainbow River north. Well, I think we're going to take a barge to Moloch City for 3 shards. Because we want to go to a city with a port. So that's 240 in the kingdoms. 240. All right. Progress. We're making progress. Maybe I speak too soon. I hope not. 240. You sail into the teeming harbour of Moloch City. Saqqaran warships escort you in. Troubled times, comments a sailor. Turn to 100. We haven't been to Moloch before, as a matter of fact. Moloch City is a huge, sprawling metropolis, enclosed in a fortified wall said to have been built 1,000 years ago by the ancient Shaddar Empire. It is the capital city of Saqqara. Moloch City was once known as Sokar, until General Grieve Moloch led the army in bloody revolt against the old king, Corran VII, and had him executed. The general renamed the city after himself. It is now a crime to call it Sokar. The general lives in the old king's palace and calls himself the protector general of all Saqqara. Whereas the old king was corrupt, the general rules with an iron fist. Some people like the new regime, others are royalist, still others loyal to Nagaran, the heir to the throne, who has gone into hiding somewhere. Outside the city gates hang the bodies of many dead people. Labels around their necks read, "Rebels, executed by the state for the good of the people." Best you'd behave yourself if you don't want to end up like one of them. Best do that. Grates a guardsman, nodding towards the swinging corpses as you pass through the great eagle-headed gates of Moloch City. Nice place. You can buy a townhouse in Moloch City for 200 shards. Owning a house gives you a place to rest and to store equipment. If you buy one, cross off 200 shards and tick the box by the townhouse option. Well, I've made a promise to a friend who has participated in these Fabled Lands with me for many, many years, that I'd buy a townhouse in Yellowport. So I'm going to hold off just for now. We can visit the Three Rings Tavern. We could visit the temple of Elvir and Velmir. That is exactly what I'm going to do. 154. They are the wrong gods, if you ask me. 154. They haven't helped us in the slightest. The temple of Elmir and Velmir, divine rulers of the House of the Sea, is right on the teeming harbour of Moloch City. Its sea-green marbled porticos are draped in 100 silver nets. Brother and sister, Elvir and Velmir rule below the waves. Elvir brings the souls of the drowned in his nets before his sister Velmir for judgment. A swaggering ship's captain emerges from the temple, saying to you in passing, I never go to sea without paying your respects to the twin gods, unless you want to sail through a world of storms, you know what I'm saying? Arr, 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 arr. Renounce their worship. 68. As a matter of fact, let's seek their blessing first. Oh, no. Let's around. We be honest about it. Renounce their worship. 68. To renounce the worship of Elmir and Velmir, you must pay 30 shards in compensation. Okay, fine. A priest simply points to a ship limping into harbour. Its shattered masts, torn sails, and battered hull mute testimony to its storm-tossed voyage. The captain did not revere the twin gods, whispers the coral-jewelled priest darkly. Do you want to change your mind? If you are determined to renounce your faith, pay 30 shards. And then you can delete Elvir and Velmir from the god box in your adventure sheet. Goodbye. Done. 154. We didn't get smited, so I'm happy about that. Okay, leave the temple, back to 100. Back to the capital. Now, who was the one who allowed for resurrection? I think it was it Nargil? Or was Marker, I think it was. But Marker's not here on the list. Let's go to Nagel just in case. 71. I don't remember. If you have the code word egg, turn there. If not, read on. Egg? No, we don't have egg. Nargil is the lord of the lands of the dead, and his temple in Moloch City is covered in friezes and gargoyles of ornate design, depicting the souls of the dead on their journey to the underworld. Inside it is cool and dark, hung with black velvet drapes. A poster on the wall reads, "Wanted, person of unusual resourcefulness. See Temple Warden." I'm a person of unusual resourcefulness. Make resurrection arrangements. 478. That's what we were looking for. 478. Resurrection costs 200 if you're an initiate and 600 if not. Right. Well, we are going to become an initiate first, and then we will pay the 200 shards, so I'm not going to bounce backwards and forwards. I'm just going to go minus 200. And we now worship Nagel, god of death, because we have been so close to its door so often. And under resurrection, we get to add one here. And it says here, in the last word, once you have arranged for resurrection, you need not fear death, as you will be magically restored to life here at the temple. To arrange resurrection, pay the fee and write Temple of Nagel, War-Torn Kingdom 350. War-Torn Kingdom 350. That's Nagel. If you are later killed, turn to 350 in this book. You can only have one resurrection arranged at any one time, and if you arrange another resurrection later at any other temple, the original one is cancelled. You will not get a refund. Right, well, there you are. There you are. So that says turn to 568. That doesn't make any sense. Right, well, we're going back into the main temple. I don't know why it sent me there. So make resurrection arrangements. We have done that. Now, become an initiate. 409. 409. Becoming an initiate of Nagel gives you the benefit of paying less for services the temple can offer. You cannot do this if you're already an initiate of another temple. To become an initiate, you have to pass a priestly exam. If you want to take the exam, make a sanctity roll at difficulty 10 unless there is a tick in the box above, in which case it is a difficulty of 15. If you succeed, you can become an initiate. If you fail, put a tick in the box and turn to 100. Wow. Okay, no room for error there. Here we go. 7, 8, 9. Oh, we failed. That's unfortunate. So what I'm going to do, see what happens when you jump the gun. And this is 1, and it is War-Torn Kingdom 409. Right. That sucks. Turn to 100 and we get kicked out. Okay. Oh, dear. So we've got to lose another 400 to get that blessing. Minus 400. It is what it is. No shortcuts in life. So let's go to the markets. I haven't forgotten about visiting the warden. 396. The market square in Moloch City is huge. Armed guards stand around the edge to enforce General Moloch's will. Merchants and traders from all over Harkuna hawk their wares in a dozen languages. Items with no purchase price listed are not available locally. The General has imposed a 10 shard sale tax on all trade. The tax has been included in all the prices. Well, we weren't going to sell anything, were we? We didn't sell at the last place. But I wanted to see if we could buy something that increases our sanctity. Because our sanctity is really low. So is our scouting. But I think if we push our sanctity up, we might actually score something. So I'm going to sell this sword +2. Because sword +2 gets us 380 shards. That's 380 shards. Then I'm going to buy a holy symbol. Sanctity +1 for 220 shards. And that pushes our sanctity to 4. But we've got to beat 14 in order to get this, in order to become an initiative Nagel. That's very high, in my opinion. Anything else to sell here? No, nothing really. No, so I think we're golden there. Okay, 100. We did say, let's go and hand in this boar's tusk. I want to get rid of this boar's tusk. I don't know about you. I just want it done. I want it done. So let's visit the Harbour Master 142. We'll come back to Saqqara. We'll come back here. 142. Right. All shipping in and out of Moloch City must come through the offices of the Harbour Master. Here you can buy passage to far lands or even a ship of your own to fill with cargo and crew. You can buy a one-way passage on a ship to the following destinations: Yellowport, Wishport, Sorcerer's Isle, or Copper Isle. Well, we don't want to buy a ship just yet because that's a whole different ball game altogether. We're not sailors. We want to go to as far as we possibly can into towards the Druid's Isle. I'm just going to look at the map here, and that would basically be Yellowport. So we're going to go to Yellowport for 10 shards. Ten shards and we're off to Yellowport. 372. We can finish off this boar's tusk. I would be really happy. A sleek yacht takes you on a trouble-free journey to Yellowport. Turn to page 10. If you have the code word assassin, we do not. Yellowport is the second largest city in Saqqara. But we don't care, because we're booking passage on a ship straight away. 555. The Isle of the Druids costs 15 shards. Happily paid. $301. A bark heading for the Isle of Druids to buy furs is prepared to take you. The journey across the Sea of Whispers is uneventful, and you dock at the trading post on the island a week later. Turn to 195. I'd love to see a calendar of how long we've spent, with all the days that we've spent resting in taverns. I think it would be quite a lot, to be perfectly honest with you. Gain the code word Aspen if you do not already have it. Aspen, we have it. The trading post is a small village set up here by enterprising settlers from the mainland. Its main exports appear to be furs from the forest. The mayor, a fat, genial fellow who greets you personally, insists that one day the trading port will be a thriving town. There is not a lot here yet, however. A small market, a quay at the settlers' houses, and a shrine to Lacuna, the huntress, goddess of nature. Well, visit the shrine to Lacuna. That's what this has all been about. All those years ago. The shrine is set in a wooded grove. Birds twitter in the trees, and a deer darts away into the forest at your approach. A priestess is tending a low altar, where food and drink has been laid out in honor of Lacuna, the goddess of the wilderness. She is the patron of hunters, trappers, woodsmen, and all those who seek oneness with nature. Do we want a blessing? Is that something that we want? Do we want a blessing? Well, not even a blessing. Do we want to become an initiate? I know we wanted to become an initiate for the resurrection deal, but we just paid the cash. So, I wonder. That would help with our scouting, perhaps. Become an initiate of Lacuna. Let's see if we can do that. 618. Becoming an initiate of Lacuna gives you the benefit of paying less for blessings and other services the temple can offer. It costs 30 shards to become an initiate, and you cannot do this, of course, if you are an initiate of someone else. So although I wrote a Nagel there, I was being a little bit presumptuous. Badly so. So we're going to become, for now anyway, I don't know if it's going to make any difference, but rather prepared than not, if you ask me. 30 shards, and that's Lacuna. We do a lot of travelling, so that's my excuse. Okay, 544. Now let's talk to the priestess. 471. If you have the code word animal, which we do, 369. This is it. This is the moment we have been working towards our entire journey. If you have a boar's tusk, yes, turn to 612. This is it. Here we go. If there is a tick in the box, turn there. If not, put a tick there and read on. 1. War-torn kingdom. 612. The priestess, who is wearing the skin of a wolf and is covered in red paint, welcomes you gleefully. At last, the tusk of a were-boar. Now the ceremony can go ahead. Cross the were-boar's tusk off your adventure sheet. Happily. The priestess rewards you with knowledge. Add 1 to your scouting rating permanently. Yay! 195. We return to the village. And that is where we are going to end our adventure for Carrick, at least for this week. Next week we'll be back with Carrick Velast as we continue to journey in the Fabled Lands. The question that I now put to you, 195. What is Carrick going to do now? We have plenty of coin. We have no real objective. We do have that little matter with Raven Castle, which I'd like to make amends for, you know, killing one of their generals without any evidence whatsoever, apart the rumours of some peasants, which turned out to be rather pointless. So, what is Carrick Velast going to do? Is he going to go and buy a ship and go sailing? I don't think that's the life for a bard. Shall we climb to the top of Devil's Peak? Well, our scouting is still not great. We could return to Moloch City and see what the god Nagel wanted us to do. Sanctity is not strong really either, although it is on a 4 now, so that does give us an upper edge. We could journey across to the citadel of Valis Corrin, I suppose, and go into the Great Steppes, although Moloch City did seem to have a lot of options for us. Yellowport, we still haven't finished exploring everything that we could explore in Yellowport either. Or do we journey elsewhere? Do we go to Castle Raven in Golnir and go around the Haunted Hills, for example? We haven't really explored too much there. Alternatively, and we did say we were going to go and look for the Key of Stars, but that was in the south. He pointed to the south, so that's Conflass area. We could go back to Conflass, I suppose, or go and look amongst the ruins of Old Sokar or Haggart's Corner, where the Trow live. What's that little swamp land there? I can't see it. The Magwat Fens. We could go and look for the Key of Stars and that, I suppose. We've got options. That's the bottom line. And the question I put to you is, where do you think Carrick should go? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Anyway, the option is entirely up to you. Leave your comments below. If you like these videos and you want to see more, please hit that like button. If you want to support us, hit the subscribe button. And once again, thank you to Michael Helvenstein for putting this together. Helvenstein, I should say, for putting this all together for us, this wonderful interface. I think you all agree with me. It's a lot of fun to use and makes the whole game that much simpler. We are looking at developing it a little bit further and seeing what we can do from that. But until next time, I wish you and yours the very happiest and the very safest and the very joyful and the very high-rolling adventures in the Fabled Lands.